They're off in the Breeders' Cup Mile. William Buick in notable speed are 7 lengths behind up the backstretch, and they're clear of More Than Looks and Chili Flag. More Than Looks trying to unwind from the back of the pack. More Than Looks coming, 10 Happy Rose on the inside. A wild finish that goes to More Than Looks. More Than Looks gets up under Jose Ortiz to win the Breeders' Cup Mile.
I'm very much a goal-oriented person. And it's not necessarily just on wins or the statistics of things. Like I tell everybody, it took me almost a full year to win my first race, and that was a really hard pill to swallow. I had faith it would all work out, maybe blindly, but in the moment, it was quite hard to fathom that we would be here and winning a Breeders' Cup and having a stable full of wonderful horses. It's just profound. More Than Looks was one that he ran in the Breeders' Cup as a 3-year-old the year prior. He ran a great race. He just was left with a lot to do and still came with a monstrous run. And then going into the race, you know, that year we had a limited campaign. He got hurt and then the weather. So it's very rare that things work out. Throughout the process, I said, we're just gonna stick to the plan. The plan is to win the Breeders' Cup. So walking out to the paddock, it's the time when I'm nervous and everyone's around. And all I could think of is, God, I hope the plan works out. At the top of the stretch when he kicked in, and I could just remember him lugging in, and I thought, come on, man, change your lead and go, you goofball. And when he did it, I mean, all the things, the crowd shaking, and you're just emotional. And yeah, I just remember thinking, he's gonna get there, we're gonna win it. And then he got in front, and that was that.
10 Happy Rose on the inside, a wild finish that goes to More Than Looks. More Than Looks gets up under Jose Ortiz to win the Breeders' Cup Mile.
Well, growing up, I was never involved in thoroughbred racing. Really didn't know much about this realm until I was in college, and I just needed a job, and I started as a hot walker. That's really my first thought about doing this full time, was just really want to become an exercise rider, and it morphed from there. As a professional to get a Breeders' Cup winner, I'm going to be honest and say I didn't really think it would happen so quickly. So our first Breeders' Cup, we had one. It was Thoroughbred, and it was a great experience to just hit the board. It's hard because when you go there, you're like bright-eyed and bushy-tailed, and there's so much action and there's so much going on. After that year, I promised myself that if I were fortunate enough to go again, I would focus on more enjoying it than just being nervous and worrisome, because that's not going to change anything. The amount of work that it takes to get there, I think is underestimated. The amount of disappointments and the highs, the lows, the preparation. Any race is hard to win, much less a stakes race and much less a championship race. And that's really what my focus is on every day, is how can we continue doing what we've done to make us successful and make it better. I want to win many Breeders' Cups. I want our team to enjoy many highs. I can say I'm really proud of where we are, and I am really excited to look forward to where we continue on going.